It is August the 16th, 2016. I'm sitting on my side porch today. Mainly because look at the sky. It's cloudy, and that's dark clouds. Well, hopefully we're going to get some rain today. But I'm sitting on my side porch because it's finally getting to the point where we can sit outside. It's cool enough. It's in the 80 degrees today. We've had some rain. I mean, this is Tuesday, and on Saturday we had 107-degree weather. But what I wanted to talk about today and take you through, take a look at my sweet potato plants. They seem to be growing. We will see what kind of harvest I get, right? I got it in the terracotta pot and the 5-gallon bucket and the clothespin and in the ground. So we're going to see all the different ways that we can do. So we're going to go into the yard. Yes, this is a different view, a different way of coming in, because I wanted to talk about my tomato plants today. And the fact that I cut them back, as you can see, I cut them back, and I'm still doing two things. I'm fighting tomato blight, right? Tomato blight and spider mites. I mean, it's let alone the 100-degree heat, because tomatoes won't set fruit or do anything. But I have to fight the blight. But see, I've got flowers. But if the blight hits the flowers, what happens is that it causes the flowers to die or not to grow as big, right? And I need to fight that. So what I've been doing, and actually these are a whole lot better than what they were, but what I've been doing is spraying them with 1 gallon of water, 2 tablespoons of neem oil, N-E-E-M oil, that's what they tell me, and 2 tablespoons of dishwashing liquid so it can help spread it and attach. So what was happening was, when I cut them off, like right here and right here, the tomato plants would start to sprout, right, from little spots. Here's one growing right here. Well, with the tomato blight, what would happen, it would start to grow, and then the blight would kill it off. All right, so I didn't know what to do. Now, I could have figured out a way to pull all these plants up, but I hadn't started tomato plants inside, and I had tried taking, when they branched off, to take one and root it, and some of those worked and some of them didn't. Like this one is one of the ones that I rooted, and it seems to be doing okay, but it has tomato blight, right, that I've got to deal with. All right, so neem oil, soapy water in a gallon. And so I've done that. I did that Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of soap dishwashing liquid, and 1 aspirin in a gallon of water. Now, what I've read about is that the aspirin is salicylic acid. You've got to use aspirin. You can't use Tylenol or any of those. And that salicylic acid is what the tomato plant puts out to fight any, when it feels it's getting sick. So it gives it an extra boost. It's like us taking an aspirin to help us get rid of pain and all that. Well, here's what's happened. Like I said, it would die. The blight would kill it off. Well, look, this is new growth. This is a new sprout. This is a new sprout. And as I was showing you these two and these two, now, if I hadn't been spraying, they would have been gone. Now, remember, I've been telling you, my garden is an experiment for me this year, and I'm getting good results. Here's another one. And here's another one. So I'm starting to get, but I'm still got to fight this tomato blight, right? And that one back there has just been, I can barely reach it. I got to climb over things to get to it. But even it's starting to grow. and give me things. And unfortunately, the one over here in the ground, now this one is doing halfway decent. It's starting to grow things. And now this one, you see the little growth in there? So I've got to keep them sprayed. Right now, we may get rain today, but I still need to keep them sprayed. I'm also spraying my pepper plants just to make sure, because they've got some yellowing, and usually that says I need to add some nitrogen to the soil. At least that's what I've read. So I'm going to also feed when I do my compost tea. I'm going to add some ammonia water. Okay, and you say ammonia? Yeah, ammonia like you buy at the dollar store for $1 or at the supermarket. Ammonia. And it's a quarter of a cup to 10 gallons of water. So an eighth of a cup to 5 gallons. And that is supposed to be able to give you some nitrogen kick. But I may go buy some high nitrogen. I am not necessarily a organic gardener, but I'm close. All right, here's another one. This is from the small plant. Let's see, from this plant right here. I took a cutting, and this is what it looks like right now. So this is Sweet 100. This plant we've talked about earlier is just growing, it's grown out of its pot. Now, I'm not getting extra sprouts down at the bottom, but look, I've got them coming at the top. I've got some more coming right here and right here and right here. So the spraying seems to be helping to at least get me some new growth and helps my tomato plants. Now that's that one. And then this one, I've got to do some fighting in it and knock off some of the leaves because it's still have it. Remember, tomato blight comes from the bottom. So when I am spraying with the neem oil or the baking soda, I spray all the stem all the way down and see what I can do. Here's another one. This is the one that's in this pot. It was dying off too, and you see, and look, it's starting to sprout new sprouts right down there. So it's looking good. Now this one I trimmed back totally, and it's starting to look good. So this is what I wanted to share with you today about my experiment of trying to bring these tomato plants back and get them growing and get a second harvest before the winter hits. They tell me here in Texas you can get 2 harvests out of these tomatoes from the spring, nurse them through the summer, and then bring them back. Now, many people will tell you to cut them down to within 2 feet. Well, I did this plant, right? I did this plant about 2 feet. This one was growing, this piece was growing anyway. But I'd cut this one off, but it's about 3 feet, and it is now starting to sprout. So I'm thinking that, okay, maybe these people know what they're talking about, really. I can never remember his number, but it's Praxis, Praxuss. I think it's 5517. Anyway, I'll look it up. But I follow him in his garden out in the country in Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin versus Texas, but that's okay.